Hey, what's up, cats and kittens, and shout out to all my Cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'm back with another episode of RealiTEA, and that's TEA because I give it to you scalding hot. So grab your cups, grab your saucers, gather around, and let's all partake in this libation of RealiTEA. But before you go another further, do yourself a favor, and while you're at it, please do me a solid. Take a second, hit that subscribe button, and once you've done that, take another second to hit that tiny little bell so you can turn on your notifications, and that way you'll be kept in the loop. Okay, so I just finished watching Season 5, Episode 7 of Tamar and Vince. This was the season finale. It was a short season, an abbreviated season, if you will, so only 7 episodes. It didn't really come as a surprise exactly how it ended. If you read the blogs, if you're on social media, pretty much everyone in the world knew that Tamar filed for divorce, and the two of them will appear to be heading for divorce. Ultimately, they're just separated currently, but if you ask me, I think that they're going to end in divorce. So before we talk about that, I want to touch on one scene that sort of really got under my skin. I don't want to say it got under my skin, but it just seemed really disingenuous. And this is the scene when Tamar is leaving a club appearance in Atlanta, and she's in the club and in the car or the SUV with EJ, and she gets a call from the producer, and they're letting her know that Vince was in a car accident. And try as she might, and I mean she struggled, she reached deep into the recesses of her emotions and tried to conjure a tear. She could not muster up she couldn't even get a watery eye. Like, it just was not happening. She is so emotionally disconnected from Vince at this point, and that scene encapsulated to me really where they are as a couple. Like, there really is no true, like, I think that Tamar, and I've gone through this before too, where there was one point in time, and I don't want to take over Tamar and Vince's story and make it about me, but just work with me for a second, people. I was in a relationship with a guy who was a fantastic guy. He was great. He was romantic. He did every single thing that you would want a man to do. He was a good guy, a great guy. But when it came to intimacy or to romantic feelings, they just weren't there. They just weren't there. And I tried my best, because I realized that good guys are hard to find. And because I was operating from that thought process, even though I didn't have any genuine romantic feelings for him, I stayed in a relationship for probably almost 7 years. I dedicated 7 years of my life to a relationship that I knew I didn't want to be in. And a large part of why I stayed in that relationship is because of what everyone else had to say. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he treats you so well. And it's hard not to internalize those messages of what other people want for you. And so I think that Tamar was in a relationship with Vince, and let's keep it 100. Her music career was stagnated. She tried to release an album before her first album, which I actually have. I'm not sort of a Johnny come lately to the Tamar fan club, the Tamartian fan club. I actually purchased her first album as well as the Braxton's first album. I still have them on CD. But the album didn't do really well. And so Tamar needed someone to support her lifestyle. And I'm not saying, I don't know the backstory of she and Vince, and she was doing background work, so it wasn't like she didn't have 2 wooden nickels to rub together. She did have money, but I think being with Vince elevated her lifestyle in a way that she would not have been able to do had she have just been Tamar Braxton, Tony Braxton's little sister. So I think that she got with him, and when she got with him, over time, even if there isn't a romantic feeling for a person, you develop a sense of love, a sense of adulation and appreciation for the way a person treats you, if you have an ounce of humanity. And so I think that she stayed in the relationship. She wound up learning to love him as a person, but never genuinely falling in love with him. And so it was one of those relationships of convenience where, you stay with the person because, this is helping you get to where you need to be. This is helping keep you to where you're accustomed. And, you love a person because you see that they're trying their best to make you happy. But that spark that you want, that chemistry you want, that fire that really keeps a relationship alive, I don't think that they've ever really had that, at least not on Tamar's part. If you've been watching their relationship for the past several years on reality TV, I don't think I've ever seen them give each other a genuine kiss. It's always sort of a friendly hug where she's like patting him on the back like he's a homie, or a kiss on the cheek. I don't think that even if they kiss lip to lip, it's really like a peck. Now, I'm not asking for like that Phaedra Parks Apollo kiss. If you guys watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I think that when you see a couple, you can tell. You never look at Tamar and Vince, or I haven't, and said, "Oh my God, they love each other so much. They're so loving." When I look at the way Vince treats Logan, when I look at the relationship he has with Logan, you see what love looks like. He loves that little boy. When you look at the relationship with Tamar, you don't really see that. It's just a very contentious relationship. I don't think that the two of them really belong together. And I think it was a relationship of convenience that finally sort of met its expiration date. And so now that Tamar is coming to her own, she has her own platform, she has her own money. She now has the freedom to not sort of be obligated to be in a relationship of convenience anymore. Now she can make her own decisions. Now she can make her own choices and not have to worry about maintaining a lifestyle anymore because she's able to do it for herself. So this episode was really hard to watch. It was really draining. I really, I think a lot of people probably feel bad for Vince, but I don't feel bad for either of them. I think that this relationship is ultimately what needed to happen. I think that this relationship, the demise of this relationship or this divorce, should it happen, it's going to be good for all parties involved. Vince needs the space to move on and find true love because they didn't really genuinely truly love each other, and life is too short to be in a relationship of convenience. You need to find someone that you're excited to wake up to see every single day. You need to find someone that, if they don't text you during the middle of the day, that you feel like something's missing. And I don't see the two of them really having that level of love or affinity for one another. So I think that the divorce is great for all parties involved. Anyhow, that's it for this episode of RealiTEA, you guys. Make sure you comment below. I want to know what you guys think. What's your take on Tamar and Vince's relationship, whether or not you agree or disagree? This is an open forum. As long as you're respectful, I welcome the comments. I love the comments in actuality. So please make sure you comment below. And we'll talk again soon, you guys. And that concludes this episode. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please share if you feel so inclined. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Also remember, it is better to be pissed off than it is to be pissed on. And it's always, in closing, people, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It is me, the Cerebral Diva. I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. And as always, thank you for listening.